Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today this is the fifth video in the project analytics series, and the topic of today's video is nothing but portfolio optimization. So let me start with the folder structure first. Okay, so as you can see, there are total six files, and a few folders are also there. So the first folder, as you can see, is .streamlit. So you have to create this folder, and in that folder we have to create one file which is nothing but secrets.toml. So in this file we will be inserting our own API key. So I'm using Gemini API key and I have inserted it in this file. Okay, I can't show you the file, but I can tell you the structure. So basically it has only a single line, which is nothing but Gemini underscore API underscore key equals to, in double inverted comma, there will be the API key. That's it, nothing else. And if you still have any confusion or doubt, then you can just check out the repository. In that repository I have mentioned the structure of this file in the readme. Now moving forward, we have this PyCache folder, which is like it gets created automatically once you start the project or run the project. Then there is assets. So in this asset folder I have some images, which is the outputs of this project. And then in the modules, currently don't have anything here, but the modules are nothing but these files only, like the app.py, embeddings, FSIS. These all files will be in modules folder. Then I have the report and also requirement.txt. So this is the folder structure, and these will be the required files. Now let's get on to the VS Code. Okay, so app.py is the main file we have to use because it will be the front end part of our project, and I guess it's way too long. Let me tell you the count of this file. Okay, so it's 515 lines of code, so it's way too big. Okay, so the app.py file is the most important file because it consists of the CSS, the main core logic, and all the functionalities that we have implemented in this project. So this is the most important file, and that's why it's, I guess, 515 lines of code is here in this single file. Other than this, the rest of the files are not too big. They are like within 100 lines of code, but this is the only one which has 500 lines of code. So I'm not going to explain each and every line of the code because you can later download this file and you can understand by your own. So that's not a big deal here. I will just tell you what it is and like brief description. So this is the front end part. You can say like it has front end, it has the main core logic, then it has all the functionalities like that, the buttons and the tabs and the cards. All the things are here only. Then see, as you can see, the over here I've given each section, like a summary card section is this much, where I've converted it into 4 different tabs. Then there is portfolio, which is the tab number 1. So I've instead of creating a vertical gigantic wall, I've separated these parts into 4 different tabs, so you don't have to scroll too much. Then there is recommendation tab. Then there will be, I guess, yes, stress testing will be there, and the last part is nothing but AI insights and news. So each one of these is like here I have written the front end of these tabs, or you can say just the options to access the functionality. And their main core logic is, you can see these other files are nothing but the core logic of these tabs. You can see the recommendation engine is there. So this is the core logic where I've inserted what would be the recommendation based on the some conditions, like if elif condition I have implemented here. So if the score is above 80, then the recommendation would be strong buy. If the score is above 65, then it would be buy, and if it is above 50, then it would be hold. Like above 50 or equal to 50, it will be hold, and just below that it will be reduce. So next is Gemini pipeline. So we have implemented Google Gemini in this project for your better insight. And we have used our Gemini API key. As I already told you, we have to use our Gemini API key. So this is the part where we will be accessing the Gemini API key. Okay, so next we have FAISS pipeline. So it stands for Facebook AI Similarity Search. So it is basically used for converting the news into vectors, because the system can't understand plain English. That's why we will be doing this. And once it converts the text into the vectors, it will be converted into embeddings. And this is the embeddings pipeline model, where these embeddings will be used by the model. So next is the news pipeline. So like we will be using the news from the web. We will be extracting that news and we will use that news in our project. As you can see over there, we have used the news.google.com RSS for the Indian stock market or NSE or BSE news, and it will get the news, and we will use that news for the latest updates and the insights. The AI will parse that news and it will give the insights in simple words, because we don't have time to read the whole 1,000 words news article. So instead of that, AI will give the most useful insight from that. Then other than that, we have the last stress testing. So it is nothing but how the asset categories will perform in different situations or conditions. Like the scenario I have given are like RBI rate hike, then IT slowdown, then market correction, bull market, recession, oil price shock, banking crisis, and AI boom. Then China slowdown is also there. So I've tried to implement the recent scenarios in this project, and according to that, I've given a particular number to each industry, that whether it will gain or it will lose. So as for that, I have given the logic here. That's it, I guess. This was the whole stress testing, and I've told you about each and every file. And now let's begin and go to the output section. Okay, so like all the files are done. Now we will start the project. Like we will run the project. First we will create a new terminal, and in this new terminal we will give the command, that is Streamlit run app.py, and we will hit enter. Project has loaded successfully, and as you can see, it's very simple, sober, and minimalistic design. The first option that we have is investment amount. So by default it has 1 lakh as the amount. You can increase it or decrease it as per your choice. Then there is risk profile. There are three options: conservative, moderate, and aggressive. Depending on the type of investor, you can choose it. And at last, there are stocks and ETF that this project has. So typically it has 10 stocks and ETF, and we can add some more laterwards, but currently I have kept it at 10 only. Then we will click on generate portfolio. The portfolio performance, so the expected return is shown as 13.19%. Then the volatility is 11.06%, and the Sharpe ratio is 1.19. And below that I have included the portfolio composition, which has the what stocks or ETFs should be you should consider in your portfolio are given over here, considering that your risk profile is conservative. So it has also shown the optimal allocation. Then this is the efficient frontier visualization. So as you can see, the star is nothing but the portfolio. The dots, actually there is a glitch here, it is orange in color but it should be black. Then it is like assets, so these are the various stocks and the ETFs, and the blue line is nothing but the efficient frontier. So it tells you that where your portfolio is right now, and what are like where it could have been. So this is our portfolio, which is conservative kind of portfolio, and the highest possible returns are like this. Like this is the highest possible return frontier, which has gold and silver. The next tab is of recommendation tab. So this is the portfolio diagnostic. It will tell you the decision. Like currently it says buy because the score is 65% only. If it would have been above 80, then it would be a strong buy. It will tell you the strengths and the risk of your portfolio. So next tab is the stress test. In this you can select the various options that I have given over here. Like currently it is RBI rate hike, that's why the portfolio projected impact is minus 2.23%. And risk assessment profile, so like what even like what kind of impact it is, or what kind of risk it is. So it is moderate impact. Because of RBI rate hike, we will face a loss of minus 2.23%. Then I have included the top losers and the top beneficiaries. The top losers are nothing but Nifty Bees, TCS, and ICICI Bank. And then the top beneficiaries are nothing but Gold Bees. Then the next is AI Insights and News. This is the last tab. Still our project is running actually, and that's why it's not showing anything right now. Okay, let me stop it. Okay, so this is the URL of the project. You may get this screen, but you have to just take the option of wake it up, and it will just take a few seconds to turn on the project. Okay, the project is successfully loaded. uh, so we will click on generate portfolio. So see, it's very fast than the local host running. Okay, so I have already shown you the three tabs, and the last tab is remaining. So let's move on to this tab. And here it is contextual search engine. So we were talking about silver, so let's say silver, and I will hit query engine. So these were the by default news articles. You can read it over here, but like as I already told you, it is too big to read, so that's why I have implemented this feature. And now it will give you the summary. Okay, so here it is the AI Gen Insight Response, or you can say simply summary. So this is how the project works with AI integration. And this is nothing but the vector which I have told you. So this was the whole project, and I hope you guys liked it, and if yes, then please do subscribe and share the channel and the video as well. So this was after a very long time I uploaded this one, because like I was busy in some other task, and that's why I was unable to upload the video. But the next video will be soon out there, and there will be such more interesting videos on this kind of projects. So stay tuned for those projects.